guys, I'm back with another video today. So I just got done watching a movie called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And I was really surprised by this movie. So basically the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was based off of a little children's book series of horror, and these really are really scary horror books that scare little children, and they're still told today. And those books are very challenging to read. And this is a film adaptation made after them. And so I just got done watching the movie right now. The story was really good. The ending was good, but it kind of ended with a uh kind of ended with a cliffhanger, but I don't think it's a big enough cliffhanger that they're gonna do a sequel to this movie. Well, they could do a sequel to this movie because they did make a sequel book for the children's series, but I don't think they're gonna make this sequel. Uh, it was a good movie. It in the in their budget, it was like 26 to 20 million dollars they used, and they gained $95 million off this movie. So they must have done really good, and a lot of people like this movie. I didn't look at the reviews, but I think the reviews would probably give it from a maybe a C to a B at most. But it was a good movie. But I don't know if they're gonna do a sequel for this movie because the movie kind of ended on a vague cliffhanger that I don't think it could be solved unless if they do a sequel, which I think they have enough money to make another sequel of this movie. But yeah, it was a good movie. The story was good and the ending was good, but the movie is really boring because it's one of those slow, methodical horror movies where it takes forever to finish the movie. I was really bored. Another thing is there was not a lot of kills in this movie like other horror movies. So averagely a horror movie would have 8 kills. This movie had like a half of that. It was like only 4 kills in this movie. So yeah, there was not many kills, and they were not very good kills. So yeah, um, there was no gore in it. There was really no gore in this movie. It was just more like of a dark story, like them telling a dark story, really type of horror movie. They do they do mention black magic in the movie. One of the possible reasons why the girl turns like that, but it's not like the truth. In the end, at the beginning, you don't know what the movie is, but by the ending, you know the truth of the whole movie. So, yeah, it was like one of those slow, methodical horror movies. But of what I know from horror movies, I watched a bunch of them. Averagely, they have eight kills, but and that's how you can like a horror movie, by how many kills they have. And if you don't like how many kills they have or how good they are, then not a lot of people like horror movies. But this one was different. It was more based of a children's horror series of books, kind of like Goosebumps, but a lot darker. Um, but yeah, I liked the movie. The movie was pretty good, even though it was slow. The ending was good, but it ended on a cliffhanger, and I don't like cliffhangers that much. Um, it was a good movie overall. They did good. I know the producers put a lot of time into this movie, and that's why it turned out good. And I don't think a lot of people were expecting this to be a good movie because it was one of those movies that got to movie theaters quick and then got into DVDs quick. It was one of those smaller movies, even though it was made by a big company, Lionsgate and CBS Films. But I like this movie, and I recommend this to people who like horror stuff. I wouldn't recommend it if you don't like slow movies. This one does go slow in the beginning, but it has a good story to it. The ending and in a cliffhanger. I don't know if they're gonna do a sequel, but anyway, I recommend this movie to people. But the only thing I didn't like about this movie was it didn't have enough gore in it for it to be a horror movie, and it didn't have enough kills to be a horror movie. It's more like it's not a rated R movie. It's more like a PG 13 PG 14 movie. This movie's really more for teenagers, but anyway, I recommend for people watch it. It was a semi good movie, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.